You know, it's been over 10 years since I bought my first London bus. And I remember at the time a guy saying to me, the bus will never be finished. There'll always be jobs on that bus that you want to do. Something mechanical or maybe more cosmetic, but there'll be jobs that you want to do on the bus. And he was so right. Here we are all those years later with a fleet of 5 buses now. I've got a list a mile long for every single bus in the fleet. Now, if you're a regular viewer to the channel, you'll know we've done a lot of work on RM1214, and we also put out 2 finishing touches videos not long ago. Well, here we are back on RM1214, and I've got another finishing touches video today for you because, you've guessed it, we still haven't got through all the jobs that I want to do on this bus. Right, so the first finishing touch job I want to get done on this bus is sorting out the flooring on the platform. It bugs me every time I get on and off this bus that it just doesn't look right. Now the Treadmaster, which are these slats here, is actually in quite good condition, so I don't see any point in renewing all those slats. It's quite an expensive job if I had to renew them anyway. But what I want to do is paint in between the slats, okay? It should be black, but as you can see, it's just bare metal. So I want to protect the metal and I want to make it look a lot smarter. So the job today is, first of all, we're going to prep the Treadmaster. So we're just going to lightly sand it down, and then we're going to get the paintbrush out and paint in between all of these slats. It's quite a long job this, but I think once it's done, it will make the bus look so much nicer, because this is the first part of the inside of the bus that you see when you get on. And for this to look nice, I think sets the tone for the rest of the passenger experience. Right, I've got some 600 grit discs here, so they're very, very fine. Don't want anything too coarse. Just gonna gently rub down the Treadmaster just to bring it up a little bit before we start painting. Right, now we sanded the Treadmaster down, I'm just going to run in the gaps now a wire brush just to get rid of all the flaky stuff off the bare metal. Okay, I think that's all the dusty stuff done. Just need to give it a good hoover now and then mop it out, and then we're just about ready for paint. Right, while we're waiting for that to dry, I think I'm going to have a cup of tea. Right, okay, that's all the messy prep work done. all the Treadmasters had a little gentle sand, and I've prepped in between the Treadmaster onto the bare metal and cleaned everything up. So we're about 3.5 hours into this project, excluding tea breaks. I suppose if you include tea breaks, we're probably 4.5 hours into this project. So next, we're going to get the paint out, and I've got some Hammerite direct-to-metal satin black paint, so we're going to paint that in between the Treadmaster. And then once that paint's dry, the plan is then to varnish the whole platform. You know, I don't like the way that this Hammerite paint is going on. It's probably going to need at least 2 coats. And there's a big contrast as well between the black and the colour of the Treadmaster. And I'm hoping that once the black is dried and we've varnished everything, then that contrast won't be quite so noticeable. But I'm not happy at the moment. I also think I should have invested in some knee pads before I started this job. Been meaning to do that for months. What's up with you? Yeah, I know it looks shit, but wait till I finish and then we'll make a decision, okay? Yeah, I know I'm doing a shit job. Stop going on. We're slowly getting there. Still not happy with it. But I'm going to reserve judgment until the varnish is on. Okay, I do believe that is the first coat of the painting done. It does look a bit funny at the moment. The black needs another coat, and I think once the Treadmaster is varnished, hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't look quite so contrasty between the black and the Treadmaster. I'm hoping that the varnish is going to bring the platform back to its former glory. That's a theory, but I'm not going to know whether or not I've achieved that until the varnish is on. And I can't do that until I've done the second coat, and I can't do that obviously until the second coat's dried. Right, so the black has now had 2 coats and we're ready for the Varnish Top Coat. As you can see, I've masked off the white platform edging, don't want to varnish that area there, but the rest of the Treadmaster slats, they're going to get a nice coat of outdoor, waterproof satin varnish. Yeah, maybe. Last little bit now, and I'm pleased with the way it's coming on. Right, there we go. That's the first coat. I'm going to give it 24 hours to dry and then come back and do another coat tomorrow. But well pleased. It's looking so much better. Okay, so it's been 24 hours now since we put that first coat of varnish on the platform, and I'm pleased. It's come up quite nice. It does need a second coat, and I'm going to do that in just a moment. But before I do that, here's a reminder. If you're still watching this video, you must be enjoying it. So please show your appreciation for the channel and help us grow. Hit that like button and give us a thumbs up. And if you've not done so already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. We try and upload a video every 2 weeks here on this channel. So if you're into London buses, if you're into restoration, and if you're into Routemasters, then please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. It's the only way this channel will grow. The more people that like our videos and the more subscribers we get, the more YouTube will put our video to people who may not have found us yet. So if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Right, with that said, let's crack on with the platform. Now, before I add a second coat of varnish, I am just going to go round with a Scotch cloth just to flatten it off a little bit. It's mad to think, isn't it, that over the years that this bus was in service, probably 1 million pairs of feet stood on this platform. It's lasted so well considering. Okay, so it's been flatted off, I've washed it, it's had time to dry. Let's do the second coat and we can finally get this job finished and put it to bed. I guess the problem with varnishing a platform like this is the first couple of times the bus goes out, it's going to be quite slippery on here. You have to warn everybody to be careful as they get on and off the bus. Just imagine some woman on a wedding with high heel shoes on, falling arse over head as she gets on or off. I can just see the compensation claims coming in. Okay, I think that is just about it. It's taken 50 minutes. 50 minutes well spent. I can't see anywhere that I've missed, and I can't see anywhere where I've put too much varnish on. So I think we are just about job done. What we've got to do now is come back in 24 hours and see how it's dried. Blimey, that was quick. Right, here we are then 24 hours later, and the second coat of varnish has dried. The good news is it's gone on so well and I'm so pleased we don't need to do a third coat. The bad news is, however, it means I'm now going to have to do this throughout the rest of the bus. Now, unfortunately, I don't have time to do that now because in 3 days' time this bus is booked out on a wedding, and I think it will probably take about 2 weeks to do the rest of the flooring. So it will be added to the to-do list and we will get it done when we have a quiet period. I do have another finishing touch though coming up right now, and we can do that today, we can do it now, because the postman delivered something rather exciting a couple of days ago. Right, here's another finishing touch we can do today, and we can do it today because the postman has just delivered this. And the good news, this is a finishing touch job that doesn't involve getting dirty. Can you tell what's in the box? Have a little guess, have a little think. Here's a little clue. If you know anything about buses, inside this box is 1 NN, 2 LL and 1 PP. What could possibly be in here? Let's open it and find out. I get very excited when these come. All right. The unboxing continues. It's well packaged. That's the PP. That will be the LL, or one of them. Here's the other LL, and the one at the bottom, the longer one, is the NN. Okay, have you worked it out yet? They are destination blinds. Now these are for the back of the bus, the side of the bus above the rear platform, and the little one for the canopy blind just above the bonnet at the front of the bus. Now, for the whole time that I've had RM1214, I've never had a full set of destination blinds for the bus. I've had some for the front and we've used them quite a lot, but these ones are for the rest of the blinds on the bus. So today, we're going to get these fitted. Right, since we've got the bus back on the road, we've used these temporary signs just to get us by. These are just inserts blinds and they're just stuck to the inside of the blind box. So we're going to take these out, and the way you do that on the back for this top blind, you access through the back of the bus, through the NN blind, the long one at the bottom, you access that through the stairs on the inside of the bus, and the one on the side above the platform, again, that is accessed through some steps from the outside of the bus. So let's get these old signs out and put them in the bin. If anybody wants that, it'll be for sale on eBay next week. Right, before we put these blinds on the bus, they've got to go on the rollers. Okay, this is what turns the blind inside the blind mechanism. Now we've got to get these round the right way, because on one end, you've got a little nut sticking out, and on the other end, you've got a hole. So you've got to make sure you get these round the right way, otherwise you won't get them on. So it's a hole on that side, so that's it. And there's also a little piece of wire that you run through the bottom of the blind, and that stops the paper roll coming off the blind mechanism if you wind it too far. So we'll just slide that in there first of all. There you go. That is the top in. Right, now we've got the top roller on, I'm going to fit it into the mechanism. Alan's inside the bus. I'll get him to wind the blind up, and then when we get to the bottom of the blind run, we'll put the bottom one on. Go on, Alan, start turning. See the 190 there and the 159? 190 my old school route. There's the weddings and the birthdays. There's the 190 lazy blind, the 159. Proms for the prom time of year. There's our phone number. Right, that'll do. Right, now we're at the bottom of the blind. Just going to put the wire in there, put the bottom tube in, and then this one is done. Right, turn away again, Alan, just put it to the top. Right, now let's see if it's in straight. Go on then. Right, now I've got to do the NN blind, this one at the bottom.
Yeah, it seems to be on. Right,
Seems to be on.
Seems to be.
Right, we've had a cup of tea. We've done the 3 at the back, so the last one, theoretically, the smallest one, should be the easiest. Now, I've just been thinking about this, and I don't think I've ever opened this since I owned the bus. So who knows what we're going to find inside. A right mess, that's what we're going to find. What the hell's going on here? Anybody want some old Halifax Corporation route lines? I think they've been in there a long time. Right, so there's no winder bars with this, but it's a good job I've got some spares, isn't it? Go and wash my hands and get the spare winder bars. Let's check. Like a glove.
Hey.
That should be job done.
It's only taking you 3 hours? Oh, it does work.
It's a bit stiff, it's going to need some lube. Right, so as you saw, the mechanism is a little bit hard to turn. So before we put the new blinds in, we might as well lubricate it all off. But first I've got to get all the grime out. Going to use some brake and clutch first, and then we'll grease everything up with some white grease. Right, so we've freed off the mechanism. I've given it a bit of a clean out. It needs a bit more of a thorough clean, and I'll do that when I've got more time. But for now, we just need to get the blinds in. Right, time to grease it up. Right, well there you go. That is job done. I think I jinxed it before when I said the little one was going to be the easiest. Typical. Right, so for the first time in my ownership at least, RM1214 has a full set of working destination blinds. Canopy blind is in and working. The one above the platform looks great, as do the 2 new ones we just fitted at the back. And that is it for this video. Remember, if you have enjoyed it, please give us that thumb, and if you've not done so already, hit that subscribe button. The outtakes are on the way next. From me and the team, until next time, bye-bye. Bollocks. Bloody hell. Okay, so the black has now had 2 coats. It's time to put the varnish on. And let's fingers crossed. What sort of English is that? As you can see, I've masked off the white platform edging, don't want to varnish that, but the rest of the Treadmaster slatch. As you can see, the white platform edging, I've masked that off because I don't want to varnish that area there, but the rest of the Treadmaster I've said it again. And we've got to make sure we get these the right way because one side falls off. I've got a little sklotch. I've got a little sklotch cloth. It's not a Scotch cloth, it's now called a sklotch cloth because I don't have my teeth in today. Try that again.